howling again, is he? He's howling this time. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Forever here. I hope that you are all doing well. Help me, please. Pablo's album is out and I haven't even heard it. I did have the opportunity to listen to Pablo's album last week, but I decided not to. And the reason being is when Pablo releases songs, I need lyrics. That is the bottom line. And I think 2 lyric videos were out at the point that the album was released, and I made a decision which I thought I was going to regret, because that means that I don't get to join in all the fun. But I've kind of been away anyway because I've been so busy, and I thought, what's another 2 days? Now, upon loading everything today, I am really, really happy that I made that decision, because there is a lyric video for every single song. I honestly made the best decision. It's been really hard, and I wish I could go back and hype every single teaser and image and everything, but I want to tell you that I've seen nothing. I have heard nothing, which is why I have this preview, because I want to see what I'm in for. Also, this preview is really long. It's like the length of a full song. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But yeah, we're not joking when we're talking about Pablo. This is album 1 of 2. This is 8 tracks, 29 minutes, and I want to watch this preview to kind of get the overall feel of it. So I think about La Luna aside, 3 of the other tracks listed here I have heard through unreleased versions, but the others are absolutely brand new, which is why it was really important for me to wait for the lyric videos, and I'm just really grateful that the team have worked so quickly to get them to us. What else do I need to say to you in order to prepare this? And I don't know about like images and stuff. I just know that obviously he's gone straight out to his mall tours, and I will get to that too. As soon as I listen to these, I will get to that too. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do with the mall tours, because obviously he's released album 1. In a couple of days he will release album 2, and then how does that change the mall tour? And like, what set of songs do people get to see in real life, get to watch those live performances for? I think that is really it now, and I'm going to get most of my information from this preview, because obviously it's going to tell me artist, composer, producer, etc., which is the kind of info that I want. And because we're not kind of celebrating the release of this album with a new music video, so I don't have all of that description stuff to kind of get me up to speed. Again, he's doing it in a different sort of a way, and I really like that. Obviously this worked out for Stell in the sense that he released his EP, then he went out to do the mall tours, and I hope that it's just as much a success for Pablo, and I am really excited. Please talk to me about Pablo's album. How is it? Talk to me before we listen to it together, okay? How is it? How are you feeling about it? Am I going to cry? I have brought reinforcements, my little friend, but I'm feeling like Pablo's album is going to be more of a statement. We'll probably get to hear some harsh truths about where he's been mentally, which is going to be difficult, but I don't know. Am I going to be bawling? I probably will be. You know me, I probably will be. What am I even talking about? So yes, we'll listen to the preview, then we'll go straight into listening to the album, but what I'm not going to do is listen to La Luna, because we've heard it before. Okay, anything to try and not get this video blocked. Let's go. Whoa. Oh my goodness gracious. I love Pablo when he's in this sort of mood, and I'm really glad that I'm going to have lyrics for this as well. A really nice song leading on from La Luna. It fits quite nicely so far, but when are we going to get mellow? Oh! So it was called Wala? That means nothing, right? Oh my gosh! Trying to hide. No. Oh wow, that was incredibly eerie. I think that might be my most favorite song on the album. That's my prediction. I think that's going to be the one. It gives me all of the emotion. It's probably lyrically incredibly beautiful, and it's going to tell one hell of a story as well. Probably a lot that I'm not even going to get in terms of translations and stuff. And yeah, it's like a moody song, and I quite like stuff like that. Kumunoy! I love it. Oh, he's so poppy and punchy. His voice for a song like that is just so insane. I absolutely love it. Again, a song that I've been waiting for like a proper translation for, and it's going to come directly from the team, so it's going to be what Pablo means, like as much as he can kind of translate into English, which I'm really excited about. That's going to be that kind of like Akala or Determinado kind of feel. Obviously its own very deep meaning and everything, but I am loving how it's all sounding. Obviously we've heard him sing these live, but now it's the other way around, isn't it? So now to hear the official track and to get the poppy and punchiness of his voice, it's just feeling really different.
You say, they say, there's a lot of women in this world, but don't you know that you are all that I see? And baby, what I'll feel when you leave, it'll be like drowning in the water, faster, and after, breathing gets harder.
Oh my goodness gracious. And it's funny that drowning in the water leads to this outro, because we definitely do need to breathe. Is it just an instrumental? I'm guessing that this is going to lead into the next album, which is why it's here. You probably need to listen to both albums back to back, right? Very nice. Okay, so I even got some like familiarity from Breathe. The thing is that I've said this about many of the songs that Pablo's composed, that if you just listen to the instrumental, it says a lot. And I think because obviously for a very long time, even right now, I obviously don't speak Tagalog, but I think my understanding of it is a little bit better. But back in the early days, I was very much just kind of listening to the tune of the song, and like my other senses were like heightened, and so you get a lot from the instrumental. So even for when you listen to the instrumental of that is, wow, like that is a piece of music. And listening to this just now was really interesting, because it very much felt Pablo. It reminded me of like some of the instruments and sounds that I've become accustomed to, for instance, in Pagtatag. And yeah, it's definitely got his stamp all over it, and I'm really excited about listening to the whole album. Drowning in the Water finally being released is just such a big deal. I don't think that I'll ever stop listening to that demo version. It's just like Niebe, it's just like all the other songs that are on his SoundCloud. I don't think I'm ever not going to listen to those, because those are really raw and important, and they're young Pablo. But I'm just really excited that we're going to get this right now in his current voice and state. It's just going to be so exciting. Enough talk from me. Let's go straight into the flow of the album, minus La Luna. The chains. La Luna's chains. Oh, they're gone.
Kumusta na? Kay tagal ko nang nag-oobserba. Gabi-gabing nagtataka, ba't ba ganun-ganun na lang sila? Tinanong ko sa kanya, ang sabi niya, di ko alam pero magbabayad sila. Pasensya na, matinding dinanas niya. Pinulupot ang lubid sa leeg ng kanyang kaluluwa at sinabit sa puno ng pamantayan nila.
Oh my goodness. This is basically La Luna Part 2, is it not? And you can hear how much his voice has developed since La Luna, and it's not even that freaking long ago. Like, this is the alpha. This is the big man, the boss, the CEO. He's finally here to end everything.
Bigat ng bawang uhusga, dama mo ba? O sige, eto na. Umpisa pa lang, meron na ako babala. Di ko kasalanan na sunod na kaganapan, kayo rin naman na nagula. Tuwid yung pinali ko, nagpulali ko. Sabi na naman pasang malata ko. Nasa ganun walang duwa.
How do I even stop and address these lyrics? I can't. It's going so fast. He raps so fast, I can't even talk about it.
Mga barata na wala na makabuluhan. Galing sa boss na walang paninitigan. Kahit ba ito rin mo kay pagkipipilitin pagaluhin ang balansa. Mga sinalubang pwes. Ito ng oras na paniningil. Di na mo rin pasisiil. Magpipigil ako katotohanan na aking itil. Mata sa mata.
Whoa.
Pangil sa pangil. Pinsalang ginawa. Ngayon ay harapin. Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Handa ka na ba sa mga bunga ng iyong aksyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Wala ka na magagawa pa.
It should be the OST for, I don't know, like a fight drama or like a movie. It just feels like something that should happen for that sort of a thing. I can just imagine if this had a music video, it would be like Pablo in the ring getting ready to fight.
Lumipas ang araw na natili sa aking kahon. Ilang taong nakagapos naghihintay sa panahon. Ako ay makalaya sa sariling pagkakakulong. Di ko kailangan ng tulong kasi mas kailangan niyo yun. Pinili kong manahimik kahit ang kaluluwa'y gutom. Nilayo ang sarili dahil nga alam na alam kong wala akong ideya sa kung hanggang saan kanyang tugon. Ngayong basag ng katahimikan, damhin mo ang presyon. Malugod akong ginawit kasunod, may panlalangit hugot. Saksak sa kaling pumagitan pa ang langit. Mga ganit pasalit, tutukay kahiyan at ang pasakit. Alulod ko'y pinununo ng ganit. Nakatugon, nakatapos sa panunog banik. Malala, talagay nyo ngayong nakawala. Na ako sa aking tanikala, pati sa klolo, balik wala. Umasakit, tulong, tinayuno, nagawa sa mga inanakit ko. Palahibo, takayo sa gagawin ko. Itong hasan ng sigurado, kung din ang isang pinagkanulo. Mata sa mata, pangil sa pangil.
Oh my gosh.
Salang ginawa, iyong ginawa. Ngayon ay harapin. Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Handa ka na ba sa mga bunga ng iyong aksyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon?
I can't process it quick enough.
Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon?
I do.
Ito ang iyong leksyon. Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Wala ka na magagawa pa.
Imagine being at an SB19 concert and Ken performs Foes and you get the statement, the heaviness of that, and then Pablo comes on and he performs this. I mean, what are these boys playing at? Either they are so incredibly brokenhearted that they have got us on our knees crying our heart out, or they're giving us something like this, I do feel the pressure. Thank you very much, Pablo. This is absolutely insane. And there's some of the lyrics right there that my brain couldn't even process quick enough. There's so much stuffed inside this song that I need to play it at 0.5 speed in order to actually be able to take it in. I'm gonna try and find 2 points in that really, really got me. Maybe I've gone past it.
Pangil sa pangil, pinsalang ginawa.
Where was it?
Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Handa ka na ba sa mga bunga ng iyong aksyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Wala ka na magagawa pa. Lumipas ang araw na natili sa aking kahon.
Yeah, it was before this. There are two bits, and I have a feeling that they must have been similar bits in both. It was the same part of the song, but the first verse and then the second verse, and I can't find it. But nevertheless, I can imagine this, like, apart from everything that he is describing right here and it being part 2 of La Luna and that final, like, unleashing of the boss, it's like a great workout song. That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry, Pablo.
Di ko alam pero magbabayad sila. Pasensya na, matinding dinanas niya. Pinulupot ang lubid sa leeg ng kanyang kaluluwa at sinabit sa puno ng pamantayan nila. Habang pasa ng bigat ng bawat panghuhusga. Dama mo ba? O sige, eto na. O basta ba lang meron ako babala? Di ko kasalanan na sunod ang kaganapan. Kayo rin naman na nagula. Tubod yung pinali ko, nagbulat kayo sa kabila ng mga pasang malata ko.
Despite the runes that are like tattoos, oh my gosh. These lyrics, like, they need to be studied. Pablo's going to be that guy that's going to end up in those textbooks that you study in, like, literature, and his poeticness, his way of, like, twisting words. And I know that that line alone, the translation that I'm getting, is probably, it doesn't do justice to what the original line is. And also, I'm suddenly being introduced to a whole other set of vocabulary that I've not come across previously. This is definitely not Pablo SB19. This is Pablo. He sounds very different. The kind of words, the rhyming that he's doing in this, I've not heard from him previously, so you can tell that he has consistently, like, grown in his craft, in his lyric writing, and there's just no stopping him whatsoever. So that was the one line that I was looking for there, and I don't think I'll be able to find the other one, but let's give it a go anyway. Oh, probably not. I think I've gone past it again, haven't I?
Pinsalang ginawa. Magitan pa ang langit, mga na alam kong wala akong ideya sa kung hanggang saan kanyang tugon. Ngayong basag ng katahimikan, damhin mo ang presyon. Malugod akong ginawit kasunod, may palalait hugot. Saksak sa kanin, magitan pa ang langit, mga ganit pasalit, tutukan kahiyan at ang pasakit. Alunod ko'y pinununo ng ganit, nakatugon lahat ako sa panunong banik. Manala, talagay nyo ngayong nakawala na ako sa aking tanikala, pati sa lolo banik wala o sa aking tulong.
This is a verdict not from a judge, but from someone who was betrayed. Is that what the line was? Oh my goodness. What do I even do with this? This is not your average song. I don't even think I'm going to be able to move past this. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a 3-minute song, but this is meaty. This, like, needs a whole, like, 40-minute session to just sit and, like, take it in for what it is. Because for a second I thought maybe, like, he was questioning. Obviously we saw him go through a journey in La Luna, like the 2 parts of him, right? There's one that is being contained, there's the other one that's kind of saying, look, we've got to break free from this, and from this he's broken free. But now he's got a different kind of a struggle. For a moment I thought it was a struggle with him and his faith. There were certain aspects of it that I thought that, but I think I need to just keep listening to it again with the lyrics in order to get it. I honestly envy you so much that you just hear it, because I keep it, the reading part of it, it's annoying. If I could just understand it, I bet I could just make sense of it quicker.
Pangil sopa, ngil, pinsalang ginawa, iyong ginawa, ngayon ay harapin. Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Handa ka na ba sa mga bunga ng iyong aksyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Wala ka nang magagawa, wala konsiderasyon. Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ikaw naman ang may gawa, ito ang iyong leksyon. Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Ramdam na ba ang presyon? Wala ka nang magagawa pa.
He absolutely one day is going to create something for, like, film background music, or he's going to create something for theatre. Do you feel that? It's burning. This is something fresh that we've not seen from Pablo previously. He's created us works of art. He's created us pieces of music and amazing instrumentals. But that last little bit right there, I've not heard anything like that from him previously. And I think this is just the beginning of him, like, tapping into that part. Obviously, everywhere that he was going for inspiration in order to put these songs together during whatever period, he's probably been writing these for like 10-15 years, but whatever it was that was inspiring him, I think that he's going to continue to open that treasure chest, and hopefully we're going to see a little bit of that, those theatrics, those dramatics in one of the SB19 albums as well, because the boys can do it. Look at this.
Ang bigatin, siguro nga'y hindi lubos na kilala aking sarili.
I'm just really glad that there are no changes made to this. It must always be acoustic, and the slight echo on the voice as well. It's all about the voice and the emotion. Pablo has this really unusual quality that he makes things sound like a lullaby, but actually they're just like ripping your heart to pieces. And I don't know how he does it, because it's a really difficult song, and you know, like what he's expressing, but it honestly also sounds a little bit soothing, like a lullaby. I don't know, maybe it's just me. It's very weird, but I feel like only Pablo does this sort of stuff. Goodness. That is just insane. That is really, really intense. I don't even know what to say about that. And that's a song that we've heard previously before. And it's so intense. He doesn't ever do anything by halves, does he? That is a song that I'll be going back to a lot. Because this is what Pablo is. He doesn't just sing you pretty songs. He talks to you about real experiences and thoughts. And you always come away having learned something from him, like the way that his mind works, how complicated it is. You come away like either being in awe that this is how he thinks, or these are the things that he's been through, or you come away having learned something, maybe about yourself or about the depth of human beings. I think it might end up being the album of the year. I really want to go back and listen to some of that again, but I almost don't want to lose the flavor of the whole thing that I've just listened to because it was just so beautiful. Maybe let's listen to a little bit of it again. You're going to absolutely hate me because I'm going to start talking about Stell in the middle of all of this, but I just want to talk about Stell and Anino and how shocking it was that Stell suddenly in the very end of that song starts to cry like we've never ever seen him do that before. And now I'm more certain than ever before that that was a piece of direction that Pablo gave to him, because I'm getting a really, really similar feel from this to what I did during that. This man is just everything that is great, sparkly, spectacular, but also so real and raw that I think it's quite difficult. Sometimes you listen to music to escape those sorts of feelings, but Pablo makes you face them head on. And it ends up being a lot. It turns out that I'm just a real sucker for these sorts of songs. Do you think I'll be okay if I listen to Anino and this back to back? That whole section was when you're sat in a car and somebody is really erratically driving, and every couple of seconds you're shuddering because they're not very smooth with the brakes or with moving forwards. That's what it feels like. You constantly feel like we're at the end of a sentence, we're going to get a moment to breathe, but the emotional roller coaster that Pablo takes you on, you're not at the end. He adds so much power and weight to every single part of the song that I felt a real tightness across my chest right there. A little bit like you'd have if you were having a panic attack. I don't think that's the best feeling to be feeling. But again, I do really, really love songs that feel like this. We're not even talking sound anymore. I'm not even going to rank how great they all sounded at the end of this video. I'm going to talk to you how they felt, because that's what Pablo's albums are all about. I don't want to move forward. I just want to hear this on loop constantly. But we must. I'm predicting this is going to be my favourite song on the album. And because of that, the wolf is going mad. 'Cause there's nobody willing to understand. Maybe I should be more like the sheep instead. Maybe they will listen
different side of it. Maybe all this maybe's just because I'm scared. Cause the truth is ugly and I'm not prepared to face myself and find that I'm the biggest lie of trying to hide. No.
He's not humming again, is he? He's howling this time.
It's getting out of hand. Ang aking mga paa na ba'y nanginginig? Naman lang nagkangkang kumilala sa aking tinig. Halos mapatulan lang ako ng litid. Kahit pilit ko pang isara ang mga matay, tumatagas pa rin aking damdamin. At sa may baybayin umaapaw na ang aking galit sa mundo. Pagsamo ko'y pakinggan niya.
Only Pablo can do this to me. Look, I am crying like full on stream, but I'm also laughing at the same time because it's something about my gut listening to it in the preview. I just knew this was going to be my most favourite song on the album. It's about that internal mental struggle, and I just don't know. I felt it. I knew this was going to be the one.
Patawarin mo naman ako. Di ko naman inasahan to. Wala naman akong ibang gusto. Alam mo yan kahit walang ideya ang mundo. At sa kabila ng mga pangyayari, wala naman akong iba pang masisisi kundi ang sarili. Piniling isang tabi. Marahil nga itinagda na ako.
Those lyrics.
Lalayo lang sa mundo. Ang tupad sakripisyo. Sabi ko naman sa'yo, di lang ikaw ang talo. Di ba nga dalawa na tayo? Dalawa na tayo. Huwag mong suluin ang mundo. Lagi lang akong nandito. Di ba nga dalawa na tayo? Dalawa na tayo.
It's 100% going to be my most favourite song on the album. I don't even think I can talk about it. I don't think I can. If I focus on the lyrics, in the sense of like the story that he told. Maybe I can talk about it like that. The story and the picture that he paints talking about the wolf, I honestly don't even know what to say. And the way that he takes us through this entire journey, we still get the signature humming that we get in my most favourite Pablo songs, but this time we get it from a wolf. We get the howling. And I love that a wolf is always seen in like a negative way. The big bad wolf, the scary wolf. But this wolf is weak and just wants to be loved and wants to know that other people are listening and wants to tell other people that they're not alone. I think that's about as much as I can manage to say about this song. But if you know me, you know that it's really good. Yeah. I'm so happy we finally get this song. I love all of these lyric videos. Visualizers. Oh, I love that effect. Doesn't it feel like you're buried? I love the weight of that.
Pagod na sa paglakad ang aking mga paa, di ko naman alam kung saan papunta. Ako'y nawawala na, gusto ko lang mawala na ng lahat ng ito'y matapos na.
The truth is, as much as I want Pablo to have that typical OPM album or like to sing love ballad after love ballad, that's not who he is. This is who he is, and this is why he's going to go on to be remembered, to be studied. He's going to be one of the greats, because the kind of stuff that he brings as an artist is incredibly different. Like, the stories that he wants to tell, he's not just a pretty sounding voice. It's all of the additional things that makes him so unique and special and spectacular. Like, I feel it. I feel it brewing in my stomach that this man is just going to be something else. To us, he already is.
Bigat ng aking nararamdaman, gusto ko nang sumuko, di na kaya ng puso, nagdidilim ng paligid ko, wala akong magawa, nahulog na sa isang Kumunoy kung pakiramdam ng nasa Kumunoy, lalo lang lumalala, pilitin ko mong lumungoy, ako nakakita pero lang kung ibig Kumunoy, 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 nawawala na ang liya, patinit ng aking apoy, di ko na alam kung paano ko pa nga itutuloy, ako nakakita pero lang kung ibig Kumunoy, Kumunoy, Kumunoy. Di na bago sa'kin ang pakiramdam ng nasa baba, mabigat ang dala dahil ang puso'y bato na, at habang buhay kong papasanin kahit gaano ba kalalim punta.
I really hate that he says that, Pablo, your heart has not turned to stone. Not whatsoever, because you write the most warmest songs I have ever freaking heard. He does say that a lot, though, and I really hate that. It's this struggle, isn't it, between who he is, who he wants to be, who he should be, according to his faith, his upbringing, and it's all incredibly complicated. As always, he just showcases that he's this really complex human being.
Itong hininga patuloy kong ibubuga-buga-buga. Sige, subok kong ubra. Kahit may boses pa na magsabing lakakwenta, alam kong may pag-asa. Liwanag may wala pa. Paulit-ulit ba napasakit akong gagawa ng himala. Patuloy akong lalangoy sa dagat ko ng luho. Ganon-ganon na.
Is it lyrically exactly the same as like the live versions that he's performed?
Di na mapapasag aking pagkatao. Matagal ko na rin iniisip to. Sabihin nyo nga sa'kin kung anong mali ang ginawa ko. Sawang-sawa na to, kayo ng panalo. Lubayan nyo na ako, lubayan nyo na ako. Di ko maintindihan, tinig sa aking lalamunan. Paano nga ba maibsan bigat ng aking nararamdaman? Gusto ko nang sumuko, di na kaya ng puso. Nagtitikim ng paligid ko, wala akong magawa, nahulog na sa isang Kumunoy itong pakiramdam ng nasa Kumunoy. Lalo nang lumalala, pilitin ko maglumangoy. Di ba ako nakakita pero alam kong ito Kumunoy. Kumunoy, Kumunoy. Nawawala na ang liyab at init ng aking apoy. Di ko na alam kung paano ko pa nga itutuloy. Di ba ako nakakita pero alam kong ito Kumunoy. Kumunoy, Kumunoy. Kinakailangan ko ng tulong mo. Pasensya na't nakalimutan ko na lagi lang kayong nariyan sa aking tabi. Pamilya, kaibigan na nagmamahal, nagsisilbing ilaw sa tuwing magulo kong mundo'y nagdidilim. Salamat o aking ama, ako'y makakaang rin. Kumunoy, tuluyan ang mawawala ang Kumunoy. Kita ng liwanag, magpatuloy lang sa paglango. Di ba ako nakakita at alam kong ito Kumunoy. Kumunoy, Kumunoy. Muling magliliyap ang init ng aking apoy. Di ko man alam tala ng bukas ang sagot ko. Wala akong paki kung ito Kumunoy. Kumunoy, Kumunoy. Salamat o aking ama. Patuloy ang paglabay sa aking isipan, napupuno na ng kadiliman.
As amazing as I remember it to be, as I wanted it to be, and I'm just so grateful that we get this and to have the proper translations. I know that 18 have done a fantastic job of giving us their lyric videos and everything, and now that we have the proper one that I can always go back and refer to and know that this is what Pablo meant through his lyrics, I'm just seeing the whole picture of it, getting the final package of it. It just feels so great, because for quite a lot of the song, I would say like 3/4 of the song, you feel like there's no hope, but that last quarter, it gives you hope. And even if, like he says, you can't see the light, it is there, and you must just always ground yourself and remind yourself that you're gonna get through it somehow or another. But I also want to say that, obviously, trigger warning, that when you suffer with something like depression, when you have had these sorts of thoughts, and when you've been through the kind of things that Pablo has been through, those sorts of struggles, you can't ever cleanly step away from that. There's no cure. You're never happy anyway. I don't think happiness is a permanent state. I think you can find happiness in certain things and bubbles of happiness, but I don't think that human beings were made to be ecstatically happy 24/7, 365. But just knowing that this is a part of you that you need to live with, and also knowing that there is an alternative, there is a way out, and that you need to find a balance. Like, who these days is writing songs like these? I think, like, in the Western world, perhaps these issues are talked about. But for me, personally, I'll talk to you about people from my country, from Pakistan. I don't think that people think that depression or anxiety is a real thing. They think it's something that's come along with, like, social media, or something that's been created by the latest, young generation. They don't really think it's a real thing. And so many people are lost to it. And we have this one specific word that is blanket used for people that are going through mental health. The minute you talk about mental, the translation of the word mental in Urdu, when you use that word, it actually means it's a really, really negative word. It has a really negative connotation to it, in the sense that you should be put into a mental institution. That is what that word means. And that is not what mental health or mental well-being means whatsoever. And talking about that, like, not many people in my country are talking about it, and I wonder if that's similar in Asia. And I have to say that I really do love that Pablo is using his stage, his voice, and his opportunity in releasing his solo album to talk about stuff like this, because there will be countless 18 and more people in the future that will discover him, that will relate to him and take strength from him. It's just so beautiful. How many more times is he going to make me cry today? I have been waiting for a translation for this song since the moment I heard it.
Kailan ba ako magiging payapa? Yata ako mataya simula pagkabata. Habulan sa utak ko na mahilig gumala. Kahapon na hindi na lumipas. Di ko rin alam kung meron bang bukas. Pilit nga na nangangapa. Salam na ngang wala naman ang lunas. Naging matalik na kaibigan ng dilim. Liwanag ang kanyang lihim.
Oh, wow. The way he travels up and down all of those lyrics, oh my goodness, like, this is an occasion where an official track is really important, because I don't get that when I listen to the live version of it. You don't get it on stage because of the mics and everything, and obviously you're really hyped because you're like, it's the Pablo, oh my gosh. So this is where it's really important to focus on the lyrics and to hear all of the dynamics, the bounciness of the song.
Yata ako mataya simula pagkabata. Habulan sa utak ko na mahilig gumala. Kahapon na hindi na lumipas. Di ko rin alam kung meron bang bukas. Pilit nga na nangangapa. Salam na ngang wala naman ang lunas. Naging matalik na kaibigan ng dilim. Liwanag ang kanyang lihim. Sinubukang alamin sa loobin. Tumingin sa salamin. Ngayon ano ang aking gagawin? Ito ay kapit sa patalim. Paano mo harapin ang takot?
That was freaking effortless. From spoken word to singing, that was just so effortless. Wow. Oh, it's motivational.
That's right, play hanggang sa dulo. May day pa na ipeligro. But someday maitatono ko rin ang boy ko na designado. Kailan ba ito niya nasasaya? Maging malaya sa takot na pangabaan na dami na ang pinagdaanan na di ko inaasahan na malalagpas na Ay, ipisakit kung mga king mataon mananalangin sa makapaging amaan na
So a couple of things. Obviously, I was aware to a certain extent of what the lyrics were about because you were kind enough to tell me, but I didn't realize that it was going to have that kind of motivational spin on it, which is really nice. It's definitely like introspective. It's a diary entry or perhaps a prayer. But I didn't realize that it was going to have that positivity in it as well. And also, while I have paused it, I just want to say that I'm really, really glad that Josue is going to be on this album and that he is a part of this, because Pablo and his entire family is a really important factor into who Pablo is today and the reason why I personally love him so much. He is very much a family man, and I love Josue so much as well, and everything that he has contributed towards Pablo and SB19, and I'm just really, really grateful that he is on this album somehow.
Ako'y nagising na sa malalim na pagtulog. Teka lang, ba't parang to bangungot? Di ko magalaw aking tuhod. Bukod, pato na di ako makahugot ng hininga at parang nalulunod. Ang pakiramdam ko'y nalulumo. Bawat sigaw ay parang namumulog. Tila ba wala makarinig sa aking mga ungol. Hindi ako marunong humingi ng tulong. Ako lang ang guro sa bawal pagsubok. Kahit na lumulubok, kahit na nalulugmok. Sugod na sugod kahit hindi matumbok. Puno at tulo ng aking mga gusto. Lahat ng ito hindi magkatuldok. Hiling na tadhana may akong magbubok. Habulin ang pangarap kahit pamalumpok. Ilalabanan na sa salamin. Kinuntakan yung mga gawain. Alam naman natin na siyang salarin sa lahat na naging pangyayari sa amin. Sa kabila na lahat ng aking inakala at pagsisisi, siya lang rin pala ang sasakip at tanging kakampi. At parang talabog ng beat, mga matay na mulat sa pagkapikit. Unti-unti gumagalaw ang mga binti. Di ko na pinagsin aking paghigpit. Kailangan mga ataas dito sa kulungan. Ginawa sa aking bubo na takot ang nagipuhan. Nalala mo kalukutan, minsan na napalibutan. Diyos ko pa pakitulungan, gusto lang makalimutan na nakaraan. Kailan ba tunay na sasaya, maging malaya sa takot at pangamba na dami na pinagdaanan na di ko inaasahan na malalampasan na Ay, ipipikit ko ang aking mata at mananalangin sa mga pag-ingamaan na Wow. Kailan ba tunay na sasaya, maging malaya sa takot at pangamba na Kailan ba ako tunay na sasaya? Tuluyan nang nawawala ang aking pag-asa. Ipipikit ko ang aking mga mata. Mga pag-ingama, kailan ba? Oh, kailan ba? Kailan ba? Kailan ba? Kailan ba tunay na sasaya, maging malaya sa takot at pangamba na Dami na ang pinagdaanan na di ko inaasahan na malalagpas na Ay, ipipigit ko ang aking mata at mananalangin sa mga pag-ingamaan na Kailan ba tunay na sasaya, maging malaya sa takot at pangamba na
This is the closest description I think I can ever give you of what it feels like to have depression. Now, I can't say that this is something that I suffer from because I've never officially been diagnosed with it, but this really describes everything that you feel. It's like a really weird darkness, emptiness, like nothing that you do is good enough. You have so much to be grateful for, and lots of light, and lots of amazing people around you. But even then, you're not happy. And it makes you feel really guilty, and it's a really vicious circle. Because you feel guilty, and then you feel even worse, and then you count your blessings and you start to come out of it, and then you feel guilty about feeling that low, and so you start feeling low, and it's constant. It's a constant cycle, and you really need to know how to compartmentalize it and kind of put it away and know that it's something that sometimes will rear its ugly head, and that you need to know how to deal with it when it comes to it. Like, compartmentalize it, but not brush it under the carpet. You just need to know that it is always going to be a part of you. You are never really going to be over it. Like, for example, when I grew up, I just felt really different. For some reason, I felt way more than what everybody else felt. I'd see like little kids playing and being incredibly happy, and I would too. But there was this like underlying weight that I couldn't explain. and it's always there. And if you let yourself get swept away with it, it will end you. It will ruin you. And like I said, I've never officially been to see anyone about it or really necessarily talk to anyone about it. The thing with me is I have a really addictive personality. So I have an addictive personality, but I'm not reliant on stuff. So I wasn't very interested in going to see anyone and being prescribed a placebo. I knew that if it was something, I could deal with it myself. I had to deal with it myself. And also, I don't like the whole way that people are treated. If they say that they have something, you're suddenly treated with a lot of pity. And I don't like pity. But I would say that this song is the closest description, song-wise, I have ever heard to what it feels like having depression. If you were trying to explain it to someone, in this, it's a prayer. I have cried so much today, I'm really sorry. Why did I get ready again this morning? I love it. I'm really grateful to have this. It's going to be high up on my list, I know for sure. Next.
I've been sharing love and all this time, and I feel perfectly fine.
I can't believe it's here.
You said you love me and that's alright, but you can't look in my eyes. And now you're mad, I don't know what to do. All I know is that, girl, I love you.
Oh my gosh. This is everything that I have ever wanted from Pablo. I mean, the previous couple of tracks, I love. But this just makes my heart happy in a really different way. And I'm really glad that it's on the album and it's finally here and it's going to be swoon-worthy. And oh my gosh.
There's not a thing that I won't do.
Oh, his pronunciation.
I would even give my life for you. You say, they say, there's a lot of women in this world, but don't you know that you are all
I'm gonna cry for different reasons.
And baby, what I'll feel when you leave, it'll be like drowning in the water, faster and after, breathing gets harder.
Get this on the international charts.
I kept trying, but I know deep inside that I've been living a lie. Not holding on to you would do me right. I was wrong, 'cause you're long gone, will I? Was waiting, hoping that you'll break my fall. Now I'm broken.
It's interesting because recently I've been listening to a lot of OPM bands, all thanks to you and your recommendations, and now I'm listening to it and I'm thinking this has got an OPM band twist to it. It's really interesting. I could absolutely imagine a very little Pablo listening to those and being inspired by those and writing this. Didn't he write this in his very early teens? I can so imagine it. It's right there, isn't it?
And it's all my fault. Still pick the pieces just to give my all. And if living life without you, what for? 'Cause you see, they say there's a lot of women in this world, but don't you know that you are all that I see? And baby, what I'll feel when
I am so incredibly grateful to be here for Pablo's first album, and I don't know what second album's going to be like, but this is just so crazy. I guess this part of the album, he's kind of getting through all the songs that we are aware of, and then the next lot will be like the brand spanking new ones, the ones that have been in the vault for a long, long time, unheard. And this is making me feel emotional in a really different way because it's definitely the kind of sound that I want from him. And if he ever wanted to appeal to the international audience in that sort of a way and get them interested, and this was the song that was going to do it, I can absolutely see this being like on the radio here and people loving it and then questioning who this artist was and then seeing this picture. Is this one of the promotional pictures? This is the first time I'm actually looking at it. It's probably popped up like every single time one of the videos has ended, but this is the first time I'm actually looking at it. So this is a promotional shot for the album. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love the moodiness of it, and now the hair makes so much more sense. It kind of looks like, and I mean this in the best way, that he hacked away at his hair himself. You know when you see like the visual representation of somebody having a complete breakdown, and in movies, for instance, you see them like do something with their hair. And it kind of looks like he just hacked at his own hair. And I just really love it. It's kind of like really messy, undone, but he's rocking it because he's Pablo. And I like the smokiness of the eyes and the lips, and the amount of love that you hear in his voice in a song like this. I cannot tell you how amazing it is to finally get this. Get this charting everywhere right now. I bet it already is. I need to check. I am so behind on everything. I bet his album did incredibly well as soon as it was released. We've got one outro to listen to, and then I'm going to tell you how I feel about these songs. I mean, what he was playing in the beginning, it only sounded a little easier to digest because it was in that pretty key, you know, the minute he takes it down, and then we get the real meaning of it all. It's pretty much what Pablo songs are like, eh? Whoa, so dramatic. Cinematic. Oh, we're moving. I feel like time is passing. It sounds more positive. I am 1,000,000,000% taking that as an order from Pablo that I need to take a breath, after listening to this album, the heaviness of it, the emotional roller coaster of it, and also in preparation for what the next album is going to be about, because I think that's where perhaps we're going to see even more of his growth. Some of this was songs and baggage that he had been carrying over the past many years, past decade, but the songs that are about to come might be more shocking in a different sort of a way. And the interesting thing about this is that obviously in the beginning it sounds all pretty and happy, and then we get to almost like an uglier part of it, a more dramatic part of it, which seems memorable because as human beings like to do, we like to dwell on the harder stuff because we think that it's character building. But we don't forget that life keeps moving on, and we get to this whole bit where it feels like time traveling, and it feels a lot more positive, and it feels like a wave, and then we get to this big breath. I just love everything. I mean, it was 1 minute, 30 seconds or whatever, but it still feels like a journey. Pablo and his instrumentals are definitely ones to watch. I love this album. What am I supposed to say to you? Do you want me to say it to you in clear as day words that this is my most favourite album of the year? Well, I've just said it. I think the thing is with Pablo that there is just no comparison to that lyric writing. I can love the sound of somebody's voice. I can love a style that somebody might have across all different countries and artists that I like. But when it comes down to lyrics, when it comes down to emotion, Pablo's the best. And I'm sure that the more I listen to it, the more I'll have to say, because there was even a bit in this that I wanted to point out that it really reminded me of Anino. It was one of the ends of the songs, and he does a riff exactly the same as Anino, and it is Stel's song. Pablo wrote it for Stel without even knowing that it was for Stel. But I would love a Pablo version of Anino, I think. I've mentioned it a lot in this video, I'm sorry. I'm crazy, aren't I? Can I rank these songs for you? Oh, this is really hard now, because now I'm looking at it, La Luna is in there too. Okay. You better get ready, because I'm going to ask you to rank yours in a second. This is on a very, very first initial listen. I'm sure it will change. Obviously, my most favourite song on the album is The Boy Who Cried Wolf. There is no competition. I'm sorry, La Luna. No competition whatsoever. Number 1, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Number 2, La Luna. Number 3, Kelan. Number 4, Voila. Now we're getting to the really tricky bit, because I think the other 3 are like interchangeable, but I'm still going to rank them for you anyway. Presyon. I cannot believe I'm about to do this. Drowning in the Water, Kumunoy. That's freaking hard. And that is not even true. That's not true. I'm not going to say it to you because I've already forgotten what order I've just said it to you, but that is really, really difficult. But please, can you rank your order of preference if you can? That is really freaking hard. But in addition to that, I just want to say that overall, if I'm talking like P-pop, if I'm talking OPM, my most favourite song, I want to do this, right, because it's really important, and I think it says a lot about Pablo. Niebe. Anino. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Voila. And it doesn't necessarily fit into the sound of everything, but I think Kelan is lyrically a really important song for me. Those are my top 5 P-pop songs. And isn't it funny that they were all written by Pablo? And we're not even talking SB19 songs here. Well, Niebe, yes. But technically speaking, Niebe is a Pablo song as well. Like a solo song. But I'm not even talking Liham and Ilau at the moment. Please rank your songs right now. And I cannot believe the amount that this man has made me cry today. Pablo, I love you. I am so proud of you. If you ever want to know what it feels like to experience Pablo as another being, then I hope that you are watching a lot of reaction videos. I hope that you're going out there to the mall tours and seeing that reception to you, because the way that you make us feel, you get us to tackle issues head on. To not pretend that they're there just because they might be an ugly part of you. To tackle them head on. Because even the ugliness creates the entire you. That's what you are teaching us. I am so grateful for the gift of this album, and I look forward to just a couple of days' time where we're going to get album number 2. Please do talk to me about everything that was included in this album. I can't wait to hear from you. And thank you so much for listening to it with me. I hope that you had fun. Isn't it funny that I said that I wasn't going to cry during this, and I cried, like, at least during 5 songs? And until I see you next time, take care. Stay safe. Bye.